Let's dive into a topic that's not only super relevant but also a bit controversial: the connection between sugar consumption and cancer. I'm Dr. Smrita Singh, and I'm an MD and wellness expert. We all know that sugar makes our lives sweeter, literally. It's in our morning coffee, our favorite snacks, and often sneaks its way into foods we wouldn't expect. But as delightful as sugar can be for our taste buds, it might have a darker side when it comes to our health. Scientists and health experts have been increasingly concerned about the role of sugar in the development of cancer. This isn't just about the occasional sugary treat, it's about consistent, high levels of sugar intake over time. The link between sugar and cancer isn't straightforward, but research suggests that sugar can contribute to cancer development in several ways. For starters, cancer cells thrive on sugar. They use glucose at a much higher rate than normal cells, a phenomenon known as the Warburg effect. This means that high sugar intake could potentially fuel the growth for cancer cells. Moreover, excessive sugar can lead to obesity, diabetes, and chronic inflammation, all of which are risk factors for various types of cancer. On average, people around the world are consuming about 17 teaspoons, that is about 68 grams of sugar every day. That's quite a bit when you think about it. The sugar isn't just coming from sweets. It's in sugary drinks, snacks, processed foods, you name it. The World Health Organization suggests keeping our sugar intake to less than 10% of our total daily calories. For a bit of context, that's about 25 grams or about 6 teaspoons a day for most adults if you really want to see some extra health benefits. Americans are known for their sweet tooth. On average, they consume about 17 teaspoons, that is around 68 grams of added sugar daily. That's way above the recommended levels. Sugary drinks, desserts, and snacks are the major culprits here. In India, the story is a bit different. The average sugar consumption is around 20 kg per person per year, which breaks down to about 55 grams a day. While this is lower than in the US, it's still above the global average. Traditional sweets and beverages are significant sources of sugar here. Excessive sugar consumption is a big deal because it's linked to a bunch of health issues. We're talking obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even some cancers. So, cutting back on sugar can be a game changer for overall health. In the end, whether you're in the US, India, or anywhere else, being mindful of sugar intake is crucial. It's all about making smarter choices and trying to stick closer to those recommended levels to keep our bodies happy and healthy. Epidemiological studies have consistently shown a correlation between high sugar intake and increased cancer risk. These studies often involve large populations and long-term follow-ups to establish a clear association. A meta-analysis published in BMC Cancer reviewed multiple studies and found a significant association between high serum glucose levels and increased cancer risk. The pooled relative risk for cancer was 1.32, indicating a 32% higher risk of cancer in individuals with elevated glucose compared to those with normal levels. Several studies have focused on specific types of cancer. For instance, a Korean cohort study involving over 1 million participants found a hazard ratio of 1.22 for all solid cancers in the highest quintile of sugar intake. This suggests a 22% higher risk of developing solid cancers with high sugar consumption. Diabetes is a known risk factor for many chronic diseases, including cancer. A nationwide population-based study in Taiwan found that individuals with diabetes had a 20% higher risk of developing total cancer compared to those without diabetes. The highest risks were observed for liver and pancreatic cancers. While more research is needed to fully understand these mechanisms, the current evidence emphasizes the importance of dietary modifications to reduce sugar intake and lower cancer risk. While epidemiological studies established correlations, mechanistic studies help explain the underlying biological processes. High sucrose or high fructose diets have been shown to activate several pathways, including inflammation, glucose metabolism, and lipid metabolism, which can all contribute to cancer development. One of the key mechanisms is the Warburg effect, which was discovered by Otto Warburg. This phenomenon describes how cancer cells preferentially use glucose for energy production even in the presence of oxygen, leading to increased glucose uptake and lactate production. This metabolic shift supports rapid cell growth and proliferation, which are the hallmarks of cancer. High sucrose or high fructose diets play a significant role in cancer development. Fructose metabolism, in particular, leads to the production of intermediates that can promote cancer cell growth. Unlike glucose, fructose bypasses the regulatory step of glycolysis, leading to increased flux through the pathway and higher levels of intermediates like glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate, which can contribute to cancer progression. Chronic inflammation is a well-known risk factor for cancer. High sugar intake can lead to metabolic inflammation characterized by elevated levels of inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha. This inflammatory environment can promote DNA damage, cell proliferation, and angiogenesis, all of which can contribute to cancer development. Excessive sugar consumption can lead to insulin resistance and hyperinsulinemia. High insulin levels can promote cancer cell growth by activating insulin-like growth factor 1 signaling pathways. IGF-1 is known to enhance cell proliferation, inhibit apoptosis, which is programmed cell death, and promote angiogenesis, all of which are critical processes in cancer progression. High sugar intake can also affect lipid metabolism, leading to dyslipidemia and increased levels of triglycerides and cholesterol. Dysregulated lipid metabolism can contribute to cancer development by altering cell membrane composition, promoting oxidative stress, and supporting the synthesis of bioactive lipids that can act as signaling molecules in cancer progression. Sugar consumption can lead to epigenetic modifications that affect gene expression and contribute to cancer development. For example, high glucose levels can lead to DNA hypermethylation, which can silence tumor suppressor genes and activate oncogenes, further influencing gene expression patterns associated with cancer. Emerging research suggests that sugar consumption can alter the gut microbiome, leading to changes in microbial composition and metabolic activity. Dysbiosis, which is imbalance in the gut microbiome, can promote inflammation, increase intestinal permeability, and produce metabolites that can contribute to cancer development. High sugar intake can lead to mitochondrial dysfunction, which can contribute to cancer development. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell, and their dysfunction can lead to increased production of reactive oxygen species, which can cause DNA damage and promote oncogenic mutations. Studies have shown that high sugar intake is linked to a high risk of heart disease. For example, people who get 17 to 20% of the calories from added sugar have a 38% higher risk of dying from cardiovascular disease compared to those who consume only 8% of their calories as added sugar. Excessive sugar, especially from sugary drinks, can lead to weight gain and obesity, which are risk factors for many chronic diseases. High sugar consumption is a major contributor to type 2 diabetes. Reducing sugar intake can help maintain healthy blood sugar levels and lower the risk of developing diabetes. Research suggests that high sugar intake may be linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, such as pancreatic cancer. Diets lower in added sugars are often higher in essential nutrients like fiber, vitamins, and minerals, which are crucial for good health. Excessive sugar consumption has been associated with poor mental health outcomes, including increased risk of depression and anxiety. Studies have shown that reducing sugar consumption can decrease the risk of chronic diseases and improve overall life expectancy. Reducing sugar intake is a key step towards better health and well-being. It's not just about cutting out sweets, it's about making healthier choices that can have a big impact on your overall health. Public health campaigns play a crucial role in educating people about the risk of excessive sugar consumption. Let's break down why these campaigns are so important and how they can make a difference. Many people are simply unaware of how much sugar they're consuming and its potential health risks. Public health campaigns can shed light on this issue, highlighting the connection between high sugar intake and health problems like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. Changing the way we eat is tough, no doubt about it. But public health campaigns can really help by giving us the motivation and info we need to make better choices. When we see the benefits of cutting down on sugar and get practical tips, it makes adopting healthier eating habits so much easier. Well-informed public health campaigns can rally people to support policy changes that create healthier environments. This means pushing for things like sugar taxes, clear food labeling, and limits on marketing sugary food to kids. Kids and teens are super drawn to sugary snacks and drinks, right? That's why it's so important for public health campaigns to target schools, parents, and young folks. By teaching healthy eating habits early on, we can set them up for a lifetime of better health. When public health campaigns tackle sugar-related diseases, they can actually help bring down healthcare costs. By educating people about the dangers of too much sugar, we can see fewer cases of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. This means less strain on our healthcare systems and lower expenses for everyone. It's a win-win. Healthier people and more manageable healthcare costs. They can offer helpful tools and resources like healthier meals, meal planning tips, and ideas for alternative snacks. This kind of information empowers people to take control of their health and make positive changes. Picture this, a successful public health campaign starts to spread, creating a ripple effect that boosts the health of whole communities. As people learn about the risk of too much sugar and begin making smarter choices, everyone benefits. It's like a chain reaction. When individuals get healthier, the entire community thrives. Imagine hearing stories about people and communities who've cut back on sugar and seen amazing health benefits. Public health campaigns can use these real-life successes to motivate others and prove that making changes is totally doable. When people see that reducing sugar works, they're more likely to give it a try themselves. When we are better informed, we can support policies that promote healthier eating habits like sugar taxes or better food labeling. These initiatives can make a difference at the community level. So, what's next? For one, we need more research to nail down exactly how sugar influences cancer development. But for now, it's a good idea to start being mindful of how much sugar we are consuming. Imagine a world where we all take a bit more care with our diets. That's a world with fewer cases of diabetes, heart disease, and yes, even cancer. In a sense, let's think of cutting down on sugar as a long-term investment in our health. It's about taking steps today to ensure a healthier tomorrow. After all, life is sweet enough without all that added sugar. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an update. Let's keep learning and growing together.